So I had been over in Woodinville for some corporate meetings on a Monday morning, and I was driving over Snoqualmie Pass in a blizzard, and I looked down at my BlackBerry, and it said, the PR person for the company said, #1 wine of the world, Wine Spectator, Columbia Crest, '05 Cabernet. So I go, come on, this isn't true. So I threw my BlackBerry over on the side of the seat, and I continued to drive, and then my four-wheel drive started acting up. And there's a little town down a ways, and I pulled into Ellensburg, and they took my car and put it on the rack, and I looked at my BlackBerry, and I had 170 emails, and I said, my God, this is true. I actually won this thing, and I couldn't believe it. It was like, I actually figured we'd be in like the top 10, but #1's kind of the best of the honors I could have gotten for the company and myself and the staff here, and actually the state of Washington. It's great for Cabernet.
And then 2 days later, you're not even in the country.
Yeah, a couple days later, I'd booked a trip to Israel, so I ended up going to Israel for about 2 weeks.
And then what happened when you got there?
When I got there, I went up to a friend of mine who works at Golan Heights Winery, Victor, and I walked in, and he had like 5 bottles of Dom Perignon, and they popped them open, and we had a big celebration there, and it was great. And the funny thing about the award is it's kind of overwhelming because it really doesn't soak into you. And having left the country and been in Israel, and people are congratulating you everywhere you go there, and then you get back, it takes about 4 to 6 weeks for it to really soak in and say, hey, I won a pretty neat award for the state, you know. So what does this do for Columbia Crest? I mean, you guys are selling a lot more wine now. It's personally very gratifying for me. It's like, to me personally, it's like the #1 award you can get in winemaking. Not very many people have had it. Not very many people are going to get it in the future. It's great for the teams here, the winemaking teams here, and the production people here that work so hard at Crest. Awesome for the state, because I've had more winemakers in the state call me and say, that's great. And in talking to them later on, we're all selling wine. We're all selling a lot of Cabernet, which, as everybody knows, the state was known for Merlot, but I came up here 16 years ago figuring Cabernet was an equal, if not maybe better. And it certainly is an equal with this award, and maybe a little bit better with this award. So we've got a couple of varietals now that can really go the test of time and go worldwide, help everybody sell a lot more wine.
Now, this is kind of a tough question, but the Cabernet may not be even the best wine you consider that you make. I mean, the Walter Clore Private Reserve is kind of that pinnacle for you and for Columbia Crest.
Walter Clore has always been special to my heart, and it's always been like the wine that I kind of made from my experiences at Opus and in France, Chateau Mouton and Chateau Clermont. I think there's going to be a parity here now. I think the Cabernet is kind of up here and the Clore is still up there, and I think they can both do extremely well in the future.
Tell me about some of the vineyard sources that you used for that 2005 Cabernet Reserve.
The shift in these wines started back in about 2001, 2002. We started getting a lot better vineyards. Of those, Wautoma Springs, which is a little vineyard, 80-acre Cabernet vineyard. That's all that they make there is Cabernet, grow there is Cabernet. And that's a great vineyard. Then Stone Tree Vineyards. Four Feathers Vineyards adds to that. There's some vineyards up, Rob Andrews, Mike Andrews, we have some special vineyards up on Horse Heaven. So I take maybe 5 or 6 of these vineyards, and I kind of 2 ton an acre fruit, and from year to year we're producing some pretty outrageous wines now from those areas.
Four Feathers and Wautoma, those are in that kind of Cold Creek district, if you will?
I think they're classified as Cold Creek. There might be some debate over that, but I would think that they're in the Cold Creek area. I think that really needs to be an appellation at some point.
So that's kind of, for people who don't know that area, it's north of the Yakima Valley, kind of southeast of Wahluke Slope.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. It's a little pocket. You know, Chateau Ste. Michelle has a Cold Creek vineyard there, but there's also other vineyards in the area there too that I think should all be part of that appellation.
And what makes that area special for Cabernet?
For me, it's not just one area. You have to kind of select things from different areas. You know, you have in the Horse Heaven Hills, you have sort of a lot of fruit characters to your wine. Cold Creek adds a little bit of finesse to the wine, and then structure and everything else comes from, and the complexities come from Mattawa. So I think it's a combination of different areas.
What we talked about this at lunch, but when next fall you're going to be in a vineyard with a vineyard manager or a viticulturist, and you're going to be arguing about when to pick some grapes. Are you going to be able to pull the "Hey, I made the #1 wine in the world" card on them?
I think they will do what I want to do from now on. I think this award is probably the best thing that's ever happened to the state, and everybody knows Washington makes great Merlot, but I think it puts Cabernet on the map. And I've had people, a lot of winemakers in Washington State, call me and said their Cabernets are going out the door really quickly now, and that's extremely gratifying for me. As I said earlier, it's great personally for me, fabulous for the people here at Crest, and for the state of Washington. I hope everybody is highly successful, sells a lot of Cabernet, and it means a lot more better wines in the future for us, and people are more in tune with what Washington's doing. I hope it puts us on the map even more than we are already.
And you have a little saying about Crest. How does that go?
Just drink Crest. Crest is best.
All right.
And this year we have the ring for a year, right?
Yeah.
So it is the best wine in the world for a year.
All right. Thank you, Ray.
Thank you.